Alright, well, there isn't a new update, but I kind of just felt like um, continuing to play on this world a little bit. I really wanted to get those candles made, I guess. So, yeah, we'll hop on in here. Um, Sadly, there's no way for me to really mark the location, but I can put down some chests and maybe ride a horseback because I know the general direction I need to head. So let's just kind of put the stuff that we shouldn't need on our way back in there. And we can cook up a bit of food for the journey because we don't need to be messing that up, running out of food and stuff. That would be a bit of a shame, you know? So I think while that cooks, I did forget to, and I'll get rid of the JEI screen because I don't like it. So I'm gonna quickly Google on the Minecraft wiki about beehives because I don't know about them, and I forgot to look that up before I started that. I wanted to do that. Alright, so obtaining a beehive. Let's see. I can craft. Well, I wanted the bee nest, but okay. So without silk touch, which I'm not going to be able to get, then I can't get the bee nest. But what happens if I go ahead and I'm basically just trying to see if I can move the bees. Copycat cat. Hello. So I was just looking up stuff about beehives because I'm not familiar with that. We're currently playing the renewed update for the Lord of the Rings mod. I did a stream on this yesterday. No, not yesterday, but sorry, a couple days ago. Yeah. And we've had one day on this world. I don't know why that just froze. Well, this is an interesting predicament here. Let me just see if I can stop that real quick. I may have to reopen this and hope that I didn't corrupt the world at all. That's strange. I'll try closing that. Well, that wasn't a great start for this, but let's hope that it is a little bit better now. Alright, and just because I haven't had this issue in the past, and most of the time I play with it full screen, but just like full screen window, not full screen set on, I'll do that. Might have something to do with it, I'm not sure. I was just testing it out today. So let's hop back on here and hope everything's alright. But as I was saying, I've streamed on this world once before. So we were just gonna run back, maybe get our stuff from our old base. Okay. Alright. As far as things to happen, that is definitely on the better end. It just reset me back. Oh my gosh. I just made 2 crafting tables instead of a chest. So now let's make a chest or 2. We can put our stuff in that. And we were gonna ride to go get our stuff. Now the meat's not cooked anymore. I'll fix that. I'll bring the maple logs and bowls because that's always a good source of food on the fly. I'll bring my shears as well and a crafting table. So that can go there. I'll start getting that going. And then as soon as the food's ready, we can hop on the horse and get a move on. I'll shear this sheep right now though, so that I have the wool for a bed if I want one. I know I have one there, but I want to just leave that there, just for the sake of it. And get rid of the JAI thing, because I'm not looking up recipes right now. Just about ready to go. We can hop on our horse. Alright, and let's make sure we're going the right way right off the bat. This is facing east. Yeah, that's the right way. On my last stream, I had tried to start heading home, but I mixed up the directions after I slept, so didn't work out that well. What the? I wonder if maybe the mod's just not stable yet, because this is only the third release of Renewed. And this is happening way more than I would expect if it was just chance occurrences. Well, let's close out of that again and try this again. I think this time I'll start cooking the meat, but then just immediately see if I can even go over to that one spot that I've been heading to. Alright, so start cooking that up. Then we can head over here and see what's going on. Maybe let's see if my settings are up from something. Alright, so we get over here and it does suddenly get a fair bit choppier. But I'm not having any issues. Interesting. Yeah. Don't know exactly what was going on there. So I think we might be able to get the horse working again. Now that it's managed to be fine once. Really not sure what was causing that. So we can come up here and make ourselves that chest. I forgot to grab the maple logs and bowls. There we go. Alright. And maybe we'll just head this way for a little bit, just in case it was something to do with over there. I'll also not sprint on the horse, just in case he was going too fast. There we go. Well, we've made it to the side of the river now, so hopefully that's not going to happen again. I'll keep an eye on the choppiness though, because I don't want it to get too bad, and maybe I can prevent it from being weird if I stop partway through when it starts getting too choppy, and just let everything calm down. But yeah, so the main goal today is to get back to our other house, and I wanted to bring all our stuff to the Shire. So maybe I should have gotten something to mark my way, but that would have required, you know, thinking ahead and stuff, so that's not going to happen. I think generally it's this direction, but I'm not exactly sure because I did a lot of wandering when I was just exploring last time. So we're gonna kind of continue for a ways and hopefully find something that will help us figure out which way we're going. Right now, what biome are we in? We are in Dunland. Cool. This is actually a new biome for me. I didn't find Dunland before, so I think that's probably because I was a bit north of where I came into that land. Not exactly sure, but we can maybe head this way, a little bit southeast. Wait, that wouldn't be south. Yeah, that's north. So it would have been south. Yeah, that's the way I was heading. Alright, looks like we're on the border of the Iron Hills, which I know I passed through the Iron Hills, so that is good for this, though. That's not really the easiest slope to get up. Luckily, this horse I found is a pretty good jumper, so I can make it up this stuff pretty well. Let's maybe try and get out into the plains of the Iron Hills, because I don't want to deal with the mountains. But yeah, we're in the Iron Hills now, and Okay, this should be a bit safer for the horse. So we can ride this way a fair bit. And we need to pass through quite a few biomes if I remember. But I'm not exactly sure what order they came in, so we'll just kind of have to wing it. I mean, worst case scenario, I lose both spots that I discovered and I can't find them again, but that's not that likely, so it's fine. I'm sure I'll be able to retrace my steps to at least one of them. A little bit more Aethelus, currently useless, but it's pretty. So this is, we're in the Lonelands. Yeah, I passed through the Lonelands before, so we're on the right track right now, hopefully. I think it was right before I had entered that Iron Hills that I was in the Lonelands. Now this, I think, is probably Linden, based on the grass color. I think we got stuck in a block there for a second. Ithilien. Okay. Yeah. That's an apple tree. I don't need that right now, though. There's a pear tree over there. If I have space for it, then I'll probably grab that sort of stuff when I'm on my way back to the Shire. But for now, we're not going to bother with it. Okay, so I think we're definitely on the right track because I do remember going through the southern coast, which is what this is, with its nice cedar trees, which I already have a sapling for. Alright, so it's starting to get night and I don't feel like having you guys have to deal with darkness, so let's just find a strange bit of wood here. I did forget to bring a crafting table, but that's no big deal. Don't know why I didn't just make all of those into planks right there. Means I have to do it later, also known as right now. Alright, we've got a bed. This horse is not a god tier speed, so not an issue. And we can hop back on. Alright, I think I see Emmenmuil on the borders over there. I know from the last time that I found the borders of Emmenmuil and the southern coast at the borders of a different biome that I had traveled through. So if I just follow this river until I find something other than Emmenmuil, then that'll be the way that I took. It's a fair bit more north than I thought, but I do remember that or south than I thought, but I do remember that I had taken quite a bit of a loop, so I kind of lost how far north and south things were. That is a wide river right there. Alright, we've got heraldic crafting tables. So that is a good sign, because I remember those. And I think this should be about where it transforms into a different biome. Yeah, right here. With that interesting little scar in the world. Alright, and hop on out of there. Alright. And then this one was Ariador. And I think it was the same Ariador that I found near my house. It was just a really big Ariador. So, in that case, we should just be able to ride straight across here for a while. And we might start I might start recognizing the landscape. Not sure if anyone who watches this will have been paying attention to random hills, but I think we're definitely on the correct track, and that is good news. As soon as we get there, we can go back again. There and back again. Oh, that's a pit. Alright, so there we go. Just kind of multitasking here a little bit because I want to learn more about the bees. Since I only ever saw that one beehive and it was right near where I had spawned. So the bee nests, I want to learn about maybe bees. Alright. Gotta actually pay attention now. This looks very familiar. Yeah, that's Trollshaws again, I think, right there. Maybe. Maybe not. What is it? Yeah, this is Trollshaws again. And I think this may be the same spot I came up through. So I probably went down more around here than by that big hill. So if I ride through here a fair ways, I should find the kind of shitty shack that I put together, just showing off the coolness of the vertical slabs that they added. So I think I had gone this way mostly, and with any luck we'll find our way soon enough. Oh, so we can get up here. I think I remember seeing that burning tree. There's probably a lava pool. Yeah, that lava I recognized. So we're almost back. We've almost made it back to the first base. yeah, there's the ring portal. So if we wanted to go back into the overworld, that's where we would go. Now, this way. Yeah, there's our beehive, which is full now. So that's gonna be me needing to create a campfire, and of course I left all my coal and charcoal back at the other base. So gotta come get some off this hill. Alright. So, if we say chop down this tree, get a little bit of wood. There we go. Then we do not have enough sticks right now, so we'll make some more here now. There we go. One campfire. And we've already got the shears on us. That was a good decision to bring those. There we go. And we got that. So with that, we should actually have everything we need to make a candle. And that is exciting. So we can, messed that up a little bit there. There we go. So we can get this bucket. If I can find a water source, I want to make the candles right now. I could do it once we get back, because it's not that far, but I just want to see the candles. Because I might be misremembering this. Yeah, I'm misremembering that. It wasn't, I thought it was 4. It's 4 wax, I think. So, I'm gonna quickly see if I can look at the wiki a little bit. So yeah, I was seeing if the bees could be wait, where did I put my horse when I got over here? What? Ah, there he is. Okay, so I was seeing if there was any way that I could, like, take the bees with me. But I would require silk touch or a lead. I don't have either of those, so I think this will just be where the bees are. So I'll have to wait around until I get enough for one more shearing, because I need some candles. It's a must-do. But we can start gathering up some of my old supplies. It's a fair amount more supplies than I remembered. Well, that'll stack. That'll stack. I don't care about the seeds or my stone tools. I think all of that stuff can stay, because this can just be my bee hut if I actually ever wanted to, well, if I have enough time ever to make this a proper world. Because I know that it won't be long until they update it again. Alright, let's see. So, I'm just trying to think of what do I leave behind. Which I think I'll leave everything that I want to leave behind in this chest. Sand, I don't really need. Wool, I don't really need. Don't need diorite. Definitely don't need the wooden pickaxe. I 100% need the honeycomb. And I can take these chests with me if I have room. Otherwise they can stay here. I don't mind leaving chests, but so that would leave us with one free inventory slot. Which that'll drop a charcoal when we break it. I will be bringing my dog with me, that's for sure. I'm not about to leave that boy. I think in the meantime, before I head back, since we are waiting around for this, I might be able to make it faster if I do that. I'm not really sure, but I feel like it should work, you know? That was a different one and I only had the one spot. There we go. This is definitely a nice land, but I think just the appeal of going back to the Shire and building there, it just sounds nicer. Especially considering what mod we are playing here. Alright, let's think. What else can we do in the meantime? Well, I can actually clear up some room there because I don't care about the different types of those being there. And then I could maybe, oh yeah, this would definitely stack. I could grab that and that because those are useful building materials. And maybe bring the sand with me as well. Just in case I want some glass. Ah, yes, perfect. That'll be one bit of candle. Beeswax, and then how do we use the beeswax again? Ah, I need string. So it looks like when we get back to the Shire, I now actually have a reason to build a farm, because I need string. So I'll have to grow some flax. But I think we can start heading back now. I'll have to be careful with my dog, because if he ever dies, he's the only dog I can get without going back to the overworld, since there's no way of getting bones currently in Middle-earth. In the other versions of the mod, the pre 1.15 ones, you can get plenty of bones, because most of your NPCs drop bones, and a fair amount of them are your enemy. But we don't have the NPCs yet, so if you want bones in Middle-earth, you kind of got to bring them from outside. So he is a very precious pup. The only one I can get, because I don't feel like going back. Why would I waste time going back to the overworld when this world isn't really long for the world? It's gonna get this world's gonna get replaced as soon as like the next snapshot comes out, because there'll be cool new features and stuff for it, and it'll probably be incompatible, because I'm sure they've been adding all the different biomes first, so there'll probably be more biomes in it, and I wouldn't want to have to generate new terrain just to find more biomes. So yeah, that's that, but let's ride back to the Shire now. Can't see the Star of Arendelle yet, so we're not quite to nighttime. Alright. He's gonna start drowning. Not anymore. There we go. That was well timed. Didn't think I was gonna make it without having to get off him because of that. But now we can just ride across the plains of Ariador. And there's the Star of Arendelle. Alright, so I think we can sleep now. And I should be able to find my way back. I'm not that bad with directions, because we had pretty much gone straight through Ariador until we found the Southern coasts and Emmenmuil. And then from there, we rode through the southern coasts until we got to Ithilien, I think. Yeah, I think it was Ithilien, which was where those apple trees and stuff were. I'm going to continue a little ways north to the three-way boundary, just because I know that on the other side of this is going to be southern coasts, but I don't want to ride through Emyn. It's just... it's true to book lore. Not a fun path to go through. And I think that's the hillock. Yeah, that's the tree. So we can go through here. Try to make it across a little bit faster by jumping. And there we go. We're across into the southern coasts. I think I'll just ride kind of at this angle though, because there's no point doing the sweeping arches when I know that this is generally the direction I need to travel. A little pit there. Glad I caught that. So it shouldn't be too far in this direction, because I know that we weren't riding for the southern coasts that long. Ah, yeah. Here is Ithilien again. And then straight through here, I think the next biome that we traveled through was the Iron Hills, which brings us pretty close to where we were. I really wasn't sure I was ever going to be able to find my house again after I gotten turned around the last stream. So I suppose I could have probably just looked at coordinates, since the ring portal, I spawned that near my world spawn, so it should be close to 0, on this world. I don't know. Oh yeah, it was the Lone Lands after Ithilien, and from the Lone Lands we went into the Iron Hills. So we're almost back. Glad we got this horse. Makes everything so much easier. Oh, and I didn't even think about trying to grab any apples from Ithilien. I'm sure there'll be apple trees in the Shire. That seems like the kind of thing that would be there. And this looks like the right sort of place for crossing. If I can make it to that one before I sink too far, that'll make it nice and easy. There we go. Alright. Now we just have to pass through a little bit of the Iron Hills, and I think we might actually be in Dunland right now. Yeah, this is Dunland. So we're a bit north of where we headed back from, but it's probably fine. Because we had headed a little bit, or a bit south of where we had headed back through, but we had headed a bit north. No, I mixed those up again. Yeah, that's south. So I had it right the first time. It's a whole lot harder without the lovely big compass that the mod has on the top right of the screen. But they haven't added that feature in yet. And that'll probably be coming around when they add the map and all that sort of stuff, when direction really matters for making sense of the world. But for now, I just gotta make do with kind of figuring out where I am. I think maybe just a little ways this way and we'll probably find the Shire again, because that seems about right. I'm gonna head a little bit north though, because I'm starting not to trust that we're not overshooting it. Maybe if we climb this hill, we'll get a good vantage point. Yeah. This is actually, I think, the hill that we were having issues with before. But we can kind of hop this way. Alright, there we go. Made it through. Horse only took a little bit of damage there. Alright, so then we would be over here on this hill, I think. Not exactly sure. But wait, this is not the... Oh yeah, I completely forgot that there was a little bit of linden. Okay. Now we're in the Shire, and if we go a little ways north, we should find where we were. I knew I had seen linden before because I have their crafting table. I found one of the crafting monuments, but forgot where they were in terms of location. So let's see if we can figure out where we were. I know we weren't far from the troll shaws, so wouldn't be surprised if we're just somewhere over here. Perhaps. Okay, since I don't remember passing through London on the way there, I think this is probably about where we had tried crossing previously, which means right over there by that tree should be where our house is, maybe. Or perhaps now that we are back in the Shire, we're... Nope. Okay, just as I was saying we were lost, I actually find it. Put the horse in its little pen. And I think we can start by putting down some chests and emptying this stuff out. We don't need all of that stuff out and about. So, I think I'll keep that on me. We'll need the water bucket, and I don't really have any iron, so I'll actually cook up some tin and bronze, because I haven't done that yet in this world. Or tin and copper and make bronze, that's what I mean by that. I do have some iron ore there, but whatever. Just one in each of those. Put the egg in there. Now let's see if we can find some flax. It's a fairly common flower, so we should be able to find it somewhere. Maybe I had it in my other chest. I'm not sure. No, did not have any flax. Oh, I had cooked up iron there too. Whatever. I'm gonna make a bronze though, because iron's a bit more valuable anyway. So let's find some flax. There's Shire woodlands, might be more common in there. I'm not exactly sure. There's definitely a bunch of the wild pipeweed. That's all over the place. But not sure as to when it comes to the flax. There's Shire heather. Well, I'm not seeing any in the Shire, but if we head just a ways to the south, then we'll find Linden, and Linden probably has some flax. We just really need the one so we can get some seeds. Oh, there's some. I guess maybe because there's just so much in the way of other flowers that grow in the Shire, it became somewhat rare. Or maybe we just got unlucky with where we were looking. Could very well find a bunch more on the way back. Is it on this hill? Yeah, this is the hill. I really need to make something more obvious, because it's only just the shape of those rocks that I kind of was able to recognize there. Alright, so we want all of this wild flax into flax seeds. Get that, and get that. Since there's no alloy forge, that's not really a very efficient way of getting bronze, but it does the trick. And now, if we run back down to the river, we should be able to get some water. There we go. Oh, yeah, put this guy in my pen so I don't wind up losing him. And I think right about here is a good spot. You can sit. I don't really want anything trampling, so I'll break that block. And there we go. So now with our 10 flax seeds, we can do that. And again, annoying thing with the lack of NPCs here is that we don't have the ability to get bone meal for this. Well, we could technically use, like, the compost barrel. How do you make that even? Composter. Just a bunch of slabs. I think I brought some slabs. I think that was one of the things I grabbed. In which case, I might be able to get some bone meal after all. Just so I can make those candles. Alright. That. And let's see how flowers do. Not very well, but it works, I guess. There we go. I wonder if I can use these clovers for it. Because the clovers are everywhere here in the Shire. So that's one there. And ah, damn it. Clover does not work. What a shame. I'm sure it will eventually, but it's just not like programmed in yet. There we go, that should be a good amount. Wow, that was perfect. Okay, so now we have 4 bone meal. So I think I want one. Thing is, I'm not sure if that is fully grown. Ah, it was. Smoking particles is how you typically tell, so I was pretty sure. Sure enough to click it at least. There we go. This is technically useless right now because there's no pipe in the game, so you can't even do anything with the pipeweed leaf, but I wanted it anyway. Then if we take one of our beeswax, we should be able to get 4 nice candles, which are pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Alright, so... Oh, and the cedar tree grew. I didn't even notice that. That'll probably help us spot this because it's a bit out of place. And I kind of forgot that I placed those two next to it, so that was a bit interesting. Okay, so what do we want to do now? I think, so we've got a farm, our dog is here, and that'll slowly produce more stuff. We've got enough wax that in total we can have 32 candles. So that's good. I think I'm gonna try to collect some of the fruiting trees if I can find them. So we're just gonna kinda explore the Shire for a little bit. And hopefully we can find something cool. Oh, looks like the Lonelands does actually intersect with the Shire. Probably a different Lonelands though, because that other Lonelands was quite a ways away. So I would be very surprised if it's the same one. I don't think the Lonelands would really have a high chance of having any fruiting trees though, so I'm not gonna run into that. And this is a wide river that intersects with Emmenmuil. Okay, so we know where the northern bound of the Shire is, and we also know where the eastern bound is. We can maybe just kind of map this out. I mean, I'm not going to bother making a map or anything. Not even sure if the recipe for a compass without redstone is implemented. Probably is, but I don't see a point mapping this out. So then, get a bit of Emmenmuil on this side. And we get some Shire Forest, which I'd still class as Shire, because it's going to spawn in the same area. I should definitely get myself some pine saplings, because I do enjoy the look of the Shire pine. Alright, so looks like we run back into more Shire over here, so that's cool. And then we're gonna run into a different biome over here. What's this? This looks like it might be linden. Ariador. Okay. If I wanted to, I could go down there and I could get that string from the cobwebs, but I've got the farm now, so it's fine. I don't need to worry about that. What would be good would be if we could find a bit of Gondor. I don't want to go too far, just because I've already been streaming for an hour or so, so it's probably gonna be time to stop soon enough, but I think if we could get some Gondor, that would be really useful. I know we found a Thillion, but I don't think that the crafting tables for Gondor spawn in a Thillion. Hopefully this drops a sapling. It'd be a fair bit of a shame if this entire tree doesn't drop one sapling. There is a sapling. I'll have to hope that the next one also drops them. Shouldn't be a super small chance of getting it, so I'd be pretty confident that I'll get more saplings from that one, but until I have two, it's a little bit hit or miss on getting enough saplings to continue. Alright, so there's an apple tree there. I'll chop that down, and this looks like we found Luin. That's pretty cool. Means we can get that Luingon, which is the blue rock of Luin. It used to be called Sarluin, but I think the note said that it was linguistic fixes that made them change it to Luingon. Or no, Luinon, not Luingon. I think for a little bit there it had the G, but then they went, nope, that actually is also wrong. So, I mean, I can always mine a block of it and see what it's called and make sure that I'm correct on that front. And this, I saw, already gave me a sapling. 2 saplings, so we should be good on that. Apple tree is covered. So, here, let's check out this blue rock. Yeah, Luinon. Luinon sounds nice. It's a good name for it. So it's pretty cool that the Shire borders the Blue Mountains. I mean, technically there should be a fair amount of Eriador if this was the proper map between the Shire and Luin, but they're relatively close, all things considered, so. Notably, we don't have dwarven forges in the game yet, so that means that you can't really make any of the dwarvish gear. So, but all the same, we've got this cool biome bordering the Shire. One of my friends is definitely a fan of the Blue Mountains. He's been building his sort of settlement there on my other world, the one that I did one stream on that world, but I'm kind of a bit more invested in the renewed stuff than in the old world. It's a really fun world, but I'm well into the end game of it, so it's more of just let me build this, let me build that, let me make massive structures that make things that probably shouldn't even be possible to do. I have had issues on that world though. Like, there's this one boss in the other thing that is really difficult to take out if you let him exist for too long. And twice I've managed to get him defeated in a sort of glitched way where I was able to knock him out while he was stuck in blocks. But then I tried doing that on a copy of the world, and he managed to break out of those blocks and destroy a lot of stuff. So I'm glad I had a backup. I am a big fan of the new way that these fruit trees work, though. Only some of the leaves actually show the fruit on them, and then the rest of them don't actually drop any of the fruit, but the ones that do show fruit on them have a 100% chance of dropping fruit. And that is probably an apple tree, but I don't feel the need to take care of that because I've got the apples. And the apple trees are pretty interesting because they can drop two different types of fruit, so you'll have two different types of fruit blocks in them. Alright, this is looking like it might be both the western and northern border, with some of that northern border being shared with Linden over here. So we have made a nice full circle, it appears, and I don't think we'll be running into anything more in that way. I do want to maybe just explore on the other side of the mountain real quick, though, now that I've pretty much shown that we know all of what's around us on the Shire. So maybe we can just hop, skip, and a jump over these mountains, see what biome is beyond them. It'll be a fair trek through the mountains, obviously, because it's not a narrow biome. It's just whatever width it naturally generates, but we can get through here and see what's beyond. Again, I'm really hoping that we can find some Gondor. Oh, there's a Blue Mountains crafting table. I'll gather that even though it's really not useful for me, because when they do eventually add the Dwarven Forge, it'll be in a different update, which means I'll be on a different world. But oh, and they haven't even added separate Dwarven crafting, so it's just the same as if I had found it in the Iron Hills, which I didn't see any in there. Let's see if there's... yeah, there's another one. I like lanterns, but I'm not sure I really want to spend iron on that, so we can cover that back up. But now we officially have Dwarven crafting, so that's cool. Not sure what recipes there are actually in the Dwarven crafting yet, though. Because I know that, for instance, all of the armor is technically craftable, but you would have to have Dwarven iron, which requires the Dwarven forge, and forges are not added, so we can maybe take a quick look. Dwarven. So yeah, I could make Dwarven bricks, which look cool. Pretty much all of these things are not craftable at the moment because they don't have a way of getting them. But you can make Dwarven pillars and Dwarven pillar slabs. Even glowing Dwarven brick may be possible. I think the glowstone ore might have been added. I'm not sure on that one. So yeah, let's check that. Glowstone ore was added. The crystals aren't craftable yet. They were added in the recent snapshot, but they don't have any crafting recipe. They look cool though. So anyone wanting to just mess around with design in the new snapshots has a cool thing that they can add, but that's not anything that currently has a use or is craftable. So let's see. Making a good bit of progress around here. Let's go to this shallow, or not so shallow, but narrow crossing. And hopefully we'll find the end of the Blue Mountains soon, because I don't feel like just running through them forever now. And that's a different biome. That's Rohan. Rohan rock. You can tell by the color of it. Though I don't suppose that Rohirric horses are being better is quite added to the mod yet. I might as well see. Alright, let's see. This one definitely isn't. Let's hop on UC. That one's not got great health, and health is important to me. Alright, this guy does have better health, but if he's slow as shit, then I'm not gonna worry about it. But and then I think I see one more horse over there that I'll test out, but if not, then I'll go back to my faithful steed. About the same speed. Decent jump. Not a big fan of the cow pattern, so Maybe this guy's better. This is probably my favorite pattern for the horses. And he's a dark color, so that always looks nice on a horse. Yeah. Sorry, bud. You've just gotten replaced. He feels slower, actually. Maybe this guy hasn't just been replaced. Yeah, that's faster. Just barely, but I can definitely tell. Oh, and I didn't bring any sort of bed with me, so it'll be getting dark soon. And I don't see any sheep. Still in Rohan. Well, I would have just been able to tell that if I had walked a little further across that hill. All this Rohan rock about here. I don't think the crafting tables for Rohan have been added yet, so it's really just looking for Gondor. Because Gondor, I think, is, other than the evil factions, which I'm not a big fan of for reasons. I think Gondor is the only one that, of the good factions, that you can really craft their armor in the current snapshot, because it's just iron, but done in a Gondorian crafting table. Alright, perfect. We found some sheep just as we were getting through there. Alright. So, didn't manage to find any no, not fine. Didn't manage to remember to bring a crafting table. So, there we go. And we've got Arendelle. Star setting over there. Alright. Break that, and then let's ride this way. Maybe Dunland isn't the only biome that borders Rohan. That is a funny pairing, though, that it would border Rohan. Oh. Rohan does have a crafting table. Oh yeah, because you can craft their beams. But I don't think that they have any craftable armor in the game. No, they do. What is the recipe then? Oh. Iron and leather. Cool. So I think we'll continue looping around here just a little ways and see if we find any. Just making sure I'm going the right way. See if we find any Gondor. But if not, I think once we've done a nice big loop of the Rohan region, I'll ride back to the Shire and maybe make a little bit of the Rohan gear. I don't think I have enough stuff for all of it though, and I don't feel like spending this whole time mining. But we do actually have the ability to craft some armor from Middle Earth, and that's definitely a good bonus to the episode, or stream, whatever I want to call it. I wonder if this is Ariador that we're running into over here. No, this is Linden now. Well, I'm not going to make an arc through Linden, so let's ride back to Rohan. I will say I do like the new riverbank generation. It gives a good look, having a little bit of a wall, as if the river's been running for a while, just down the same path and has cut a course. That's too wide for me, I'm not gonna cross there. Don't know what I was thinking. I'd have to push the horse instead of riding him. This looks like a good crossing point though. There we go. And we're still in Rohan, as we can tell by the Sibyl Muna. And the Rohan Rock now. I think that's Sibyl Muna on the other side. Meaning that Linden has kind of been cut off. But it's probably just a little bit of biome spread cutting across there. Alright, so we're back to the Blue Mountains, and I guess we'll just kind of ride back along them now till we get to a good spot to enter and cross back over to the Shire. We've made a little bit of progress at least. We've managed to get candles, and we've managed to get the crafting table required for Rohirric gear. And we've gotten all the fruit tree types. So, definitely good progress. I think this will be a good spot to cross this river, because I'm sure I'm going to have to cross it eventually, one way or another. There we go. A little bit of a random cavern. And I think when we get over this, it'll probably bring us back to the Shire Woodlands, and then we can find our way back from there. I'm really looking forward to when they finish putting together the renewed thing, so that it's just got everything from the prior version back in it, including all the map and all that sort of stuff. Because then I'll do a real playthrough, one where I'm intending to be on that world for a long time. And I'll probably have to travel back to the overworld at some point, because I'll fully take advantage of the fact that now that it's in 1.15 instead of 1.7, that Elytra are a thing. And that would definitely be cool, flying over Middle Earth, rockets and wings. Would take a fair amount of sulfur and niter and charcoal if I wanted to do rockets without building a creeper farm in the overworld, but could definitely see gathering enough rockets to at least make one good trip or something like that. Which will be a bit interesting, because I don't think I've ever had a reason to go back to the overworld once I'm in Middle Earth. But end game content. Gotta do it. Just for the sake of being able to soar above this land. We're back to the Shire. We're probably back before the forest, because I figure that's how far we've traveled. Nice pear tree there. Yeah, I think we're definitely before the forest, because I kind of doubt that we've got this much space between the forest and the river. And there's forest. We might be north of the forest more. I think the forest probably is multiple sections. So I think we might have gone a bit too far to the south, right? Here's Linden. No, so we're this way actually. Or more so this way. Alright, I think we're up that hill. Yeah, there's our cedar tree. So here we are, back at our base. Alright. And of course, since we were in other chunks, none of that's grown, but it's fine. I think I want to put down some cherry trees and apple trees and pear trees, just all over the place here. That's a little too close to that one. Yeah, and this one's a little close here. And then let's kind of see what we have in the way of iron. So we've got one there. We've got a little bit more there. I'll just burn some of the beach slabs. So we have 10 iron. What does the rohirric stuff require? That would be 3. This one's 5. Another 5. And 2. So 15 total. Oh, my dog just shook, so you probably heard that. Like, just shook his head back and forth real loud. Alright, so then if we wanted a sword to go with it and match the rohirric style, then that would bring us up to 17 needed. So we need 7 more iron pretty much. And that is something I'm willing to deal with. Eventually I'll need a mine if I continue on this world anymore. By the next time I live stream, it could very well be the next update. But let's see. I think this is a good spot. As good a spot as any. Hopefully we can hit stone a bit. There we go. That way we can actually like start this. And yes, I'm just digging the minimum one, so it would hit my head on every single one of these. And it is gonna get a fair bit darker here. I'll pick that up on the way back. Get a bit more tin and copper. Big fan of the new tin texture. Copper, it was already good, so I'm glad they kept it. But the new tin, being this sort of plum bum color, definitely has a good look to it. Oh, we're gonna break our pickaxe. Alright, well, we can change this out for a bronze pickaxe. And I think the only difference is it's a little bit slower, but it can mine all the same stuff. And hopefully we'll run into a vein pretty soon, because I would like... So there's rock salt, but that's pretty much useless. At least right now, I think. Not sure what sort of cooking recipes they've added in so far, but I don't really use it anyway. Alright, there's some sulfur. Here's iron. Alright. That's 6, meaning we need one more. Don't want to bother picking up diorite and all that sort of stuff. Here's some more iron. That'll be good. Sorry, it's really dark. I'll be heading back up now, though. We got, I think, 14 more iron. So that's good. Get our lantern. And come back up to the surface. Oh, looks like one of the apple trees grew. That's nice. Alright, so half in there and half in there. There it is. And then copper could be used to make blocks of copper, and that's about it, other than bronze right now, which can be used to make a bunch of stuff. So, not so sure I feel like smelting up my copper or my tin. I'll just kind of put those in there, because they aren't really all that useful to me right now. Alright, and that's that. Now, do I have leather? Not in there. Not in there. Did I really look properly? Okay. So, I think, first things first, I have enough iron to change out my sword for Rohirric. Slightly more damage. And we can look for some cows. Here we go. Oh, there's a baby there. That's a little bit sad. Leaving it all alone in the world. Oh. Did not mean to hit a baby. Oh. It's raining. Let's see if it's raining enough that I can sleep, because I don't want the rain. And hopefully this gets rid of it. There we go. Wasn't sure if that was going to work, because I know that's a thing generally, but at least in the 1.7 version, it would rain, and even if you slept, it wouldn't go away sometimes. Which definitely sucked. I was not a fan of all the weather. Oh my god. I'm just gonna get off the horse, because it's making it a little bit more difficult. Alright, not exactly what I'm looking for. I kind of need a bit more leather than that. I just want to finish this off with some sort of set of armor that's from Middle-earth. Because, yeah. This may be the last time I'm on this world. Kinda hope it is, because I'd like for more cool updates to drop. There we go. Alright, so I needed... I wish it wouldn't show the anvil thing first. 2 for that, 3 for that, 2 for that, and then it will just be 2 for that. So I have enough leather there. I'll let the cows live. I'd take them back with some of them back with me, but I don't have need for them. Thought that was iron for a bit with the way the wheatgrass was kind of covering the stone. Alright, so there's troll shaws. We need to go a little north. And think it's this hill. If I continue up it. No. Okay. I might have gotten a little bit lost here. Okay, I think I went too far. I keep saying north. That is actually north. Yeah, I went too far north. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I didn't actually go all that far south when I was doing my loop hunting for the cows. So it's probably more this way. Yeah, there it is. And I've got some pear tree now. I do like the way that they put the flowers on the pear tree. Just looks nice. All of those are a little bit further grown, so that's nice. Alright, let's go. So we've got stuff for our chest plate. And our legs. Coif. And nope, not there. Was it above or below? It was below. Boots. Alright. So we can now fully equip the Rohirric stuff, which I think is probably just the same. Oh. Okay, so it's the same total armor, but technically it's better if you wear the pants of the Rohirric and the chest plate, the just iron chest plate. But there's nothing really to fight here anyway, so I don't really care. And let's do a last harvest on this. Make some more candles real quick. I put the wax in here. Wonderful. All right. So with this mess of a base, I think I'll just stop it here as soon as I plant these, because yeah. Okay, I'll stop it here now. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully the next time I stream the renewed mod, they'll have another snapshot out. If they do, then I'll probably try to cover the changelog of stuff at the start of it. Say all the stuff that has been changed, and then we'll get into a new world. Otherwise, might continue on this one if it takes a little while for them to get another snapshot out. So, yep. With that, I'll stop the recording now.